My father suspended me until I apologized to my sister. I just said, all right. The next morning, she smirked until she saw my empty desk and resignation letter. The company lawyer ran in, pale. Tell me you didn't post it. My father's smile died on the spot. The conference room went silent. Suspended, I repeated. Until you apologize to your sister for undermining her authority, Dad said. 2 weeks without pay. Natalie tried to look wounded, but I saw the triumph in her eyes. She'd promised a client we could deliver software in 4 weeks. The actual timeline? 12 weeks minimum. I'd simply told the client the truth. All right, I said. Dad had clearly prepared for an argument. My compliance caught everyone off guard. That's it? Natalie couldn't hide her surprise. You want me suspended? I'm suspended. You want an apology? You'll get one. I gathered my things. Can I go clean out my desk? That night, I packed 6 years of my life into boxes. MIT degrees. Awards from projects that tripled the company's revenue. Photos of the team I'd built from nothing. Then I opened my laptop. The email took 2 hours to compile. Every board member, every department head, key clients, subject line, development department documentation. I attached everything. Spreadsheets showing our division generated 340% more revenue than Natalie's. Project timelines comparing my realistic estimates versus her impossible promises. Budget analyses. Email chains showing her pattern of commitments made without consulting the teams who'd have to deliver. One attachment showed a project where Natalie promised 6 weeks. I estimated 16, and my team worked 60-hour weeks to deliver in 14. I personally covered the overtime that went over budget. She took all the credit. My finger hovered over send. I pressed it. The second email went to the recruiter who'd contacted me 3 months ago about a competitor's position. I'm ready to discuss that opportunity. I can start immediately. The third went to my lawyer. Review my non-compete clause. We need to talk severance. By morning, my phone had 7 missed calls. I ignored them all. I arrived at 9 a.m. to collect my belongings. Natalie sat at my former desk, rifling through empty drawers. You had no right. The documentation speaks for itself, I said calmly. If that makes you look incompetent, perhaps the issue isn't my email. Dad appeared, looking like he'd aged 5 years overnight. My office. Now. Conference room, the company lawyer corrected quietly. This is beyond family matters. I'm resigning effective immediately, I said, sliding the letter across the table. Per my contract, suspension without cause triggers severance. 6 months salary plus $430,000 in stock options. Dad's face went white. You wrote those provisions during the restructuring. I did. You called me paranoid. Turns out I was just prepared. How much? His voice went flat. I kept my tone professional. The numbers are in the contract you signed. And if we refuse, then we go to arbitration. Expensive, time-consuming, and very public. I met his eyes. I'd prefer to handle this cleanly. I already have another position. Why would you blow up everything like this? You suspended me for doing my job, for being honest about realistic timelines. I stood. Yesterday wasn't the first time, Dad. It was just the final time. 3 weeks later, the Hamilton project, our biggest contract ever, imploded exactly as I'd predicted. The client sued. 2 board members resigned. The company's valuation dropped 18%. Natalie got demoted to special projects, a meaningless title. A year later, Dad showed up at my house unannounced. The company's struggling, he said. Revenue is down 30%. I came to ask if you'd consider returning as COO, full authority, major shareholder. No. Just like that? I have a position I love. Why would I return to proving my worth to people who've already decided I don't have any? Because it's family. Family should be where you don't have to prove anything, Dad. You gave that unconditional acceptance to Natalie. You never gave it to me. He stared at his hands. I failed you. Yes, you did. 5 years later, I'm running my own consulting firm, specializing in helping family businesses avoid the exact mistakes that destroyed ours. Dad and I speak occasionally, carefully building something honest instead of obligatory. Sometimes the most powerful revenge is simply refusing to play the game anymore. That empty desk wasn't giving up. It was choosing myself.